Let's investigate using the value tree that this component is representing as the way to store the selected state. We'll see if this is a good idea or if it leads us to a dead end. When we click the Add Task button, we want the new task to be selected. And if we click the Add Subtask button, we want the parent task to be selected. So let's move to our tqic.cpp file. This guy right here. And we will start by reading the property and picking our paint color based on the property's value. So we're already assuming that this property exists on the tree. Just keep that in the back of your head for right now while we implement this. So we're going to dive into our paint function. So we're going to change this black line right here. G.fill all. All right, we're going to put something here. Tree selected. This is how we can read the values. And we want to get this as a Boolean, so we can do the equals or we could do the operator bool. I want to do a ternary expression here, so I'm going to do if this equals true, then I can say we'll do colors red. If I can type red, geez. Or if we're not selected, we can do colors black. And let's display the name of our node as well. So we will just do what was being done in the demo before for painting the name. We'll do draw fitted text. Let's set our color to be black. G.setColor. Colors black. And we'll just do draw fitted text. G.draw fitted text. To draw our name property centered in a rectangle the size of our component with a black color. So we'll do get local bounds dot reduced. We'll do the same thing, a size of 2. Single line. We'll do it justification. We want this centered. And our text is going to be the name property of the tree. So tree name dot toString. Let's put them all in their own line so it's easy to look at. Okay, so right now if we're selected, we're going to draw a red border, otherwise we're going to draw a black border, and we're going to draw the name. So let's move over to our TaskQueue item. Now when a child node is added, we should deselect any selected nodes before adding this child. So let's do that first for our add child. Let's loop through all the children and set the selected property to false. For auto child tree, child set property selected, and we'll make it false. We don't really need this to be undoable, so we can use null pointer. And then also we'll set the TQI that is having the child added to be unselected. Tree.set property selected false null pointer. Since we are using the TaskQueue item component to handle the visuals, we don't need to repaint item whenever a property changes on the tree. So we can go down to our property value tree property changed and comment that line out. And that also means we don't need the implementation up here. We don't need this guy. It also means we don't need the declaration. Let's move back to our TaskQueue item component header. We need to repaint the component whenever we're selected or unselected. So that means we need to listen for that selected property changing. And that means we need to be a value tree listener. So we'll inherit from there, value tree listener. And that means we need the value tree property changed callback to be part of our class. So let's just grab it from here. Value tree property changed. Copy, and just paste it here right below paint. And we'll fill in the names for this. This is value tree, this is the tree that changed. And the identifier is fire, like that. Let's go to our CPP file. So we need to add our implementation of this value tree property changed. So we'll just grab this and add this part right before it. Now we can work on our implementation. We can say if the tree that changed equals our member variable, repaint. Nice and simple. Now, in order for this callback to be called, we have to listen to our tree for changes. So tree.add listener this. So now all we have to do is just set ourselves as selected when we're created. So go to TaskQueue container.cpp and add it right below the where the name property is set. Task.setProperty selected true. We don't care if it's undoable or not. So we can do a null pointer for that one. And just while I'm here, we don't need this create root value tree function anymore, so let's get rid of that. When we create our root node right now, all we are doing is just calling create tree. So we'll just do that directly. We'll just pass that here. And that means we can kill the declaration of create root value tree and the implementation. All right, cool. Let's run it and see what happens. All right, and we add our task, and they are selected when they were created. But we still cannot manually select them, and we also cannot drag and drop them.